Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So overall, I have been watching the market kind of closely now. As you guys have been aware that I've been watching Bitcoin's daily candle closes. We did get another daily candle close today at a nice bullish level. I know that it is a little bit of a lower, low here. In terms of what we've been seeing in terms of the lows. Our lowest point was roughly at around the May 11th time frame of like 28.9K. We hit about 29.8K just recently, which is totally fine. I'm not going to flip bearish on just that close alone. It's not really that crazy to me, honestly. We're still holding the trend line, which is roughly 27.7K. We're going to be addressing that in this video, and we will 100% be addressing a few things around this market currently as well. But on the 24-hour span, we are seeing a few altcoins up a little bit. We did see XEC up about 15%, Maker up about 5%, 40% on the 7-day span, pretty significant. And a few other altcoins a little bit green. On the 7-day span, we do see KDA was up about 20%, Mana was up about 10%. I'm actually looking at taking a trade on Mana because, if we can get a nice little run up on some metaverse tokens, Decentraland could be something pretty interesting. But I think that there's better ROI elsewhere. I have been taking a few positions on a few altcoins, and I've been talking to you guys about those as well. Do I believe that the bottom is in? Honestly, we've been seeing a lot of bottom signals lately, so in my opinion, I do believe that the bottom is in. Of course, I still have stop losses in place just in case we do go a little bit lower, but I'm not really expecting much lower from here. But hey, I will welcome anything. We do see here, things people say at the bottom actually. This is coming from Recession Tracker, but we do see here, Musk is 24% away from a margin call. Tesla is one of the largest holdings in S&P 500. If Tesla gets removed from the S&P 500, do you have any idea how fast that company is going to collapse? And of course, I do think that we're seeing a major sort of FUD spreading event happening around CT. We've been seeing a lot of talks around, hey, we're about to see a collapse. We haven't seen the bottom yet. We can go much lower from here. I'm looking at Bitcoin at 18K, 15K, 13K. Like, I've been seeing so many numbers being thrown out there around Bitcoin, and honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me. Me personally, like I've said, I've been watching the bottom floor here, and this is the confluence floor model. I'm not the only one that has been watching this. I know there's a few other people, but I've been utilizing this one specifically for the daily candle closes and really kind of addressing where we are. So first off, we do see from Credible Crypto here and the Real Plan C, the most accurate floor model I have seen. No guarantees, but it has marked our bottom every time we have tapped it. Like the name, I see this as confluence. And do not base my entire bullish thesis on it, but it certainly supports the idea that we have found our bottom. And yes, of course, I'm not utilizing this as just our major bullish factor behind Bitcoin. Trust me, I've talked about why I do foresee, crypto having an incredible year this, year going forward. But we do see here, like clockwork, for the 5th time in a row, has a major Bitcoin bottom been at or just below my confluence model. And we do see here too early to know for sure, but so far so good. And here's that daily candle close that we recently had. Honestly, when we are talking about the current level that we are at now on Bitcoin, it looks like we have bottomed out. Of course, I've been saying, this massive sell-off event was inorganic. It was not an organic sell pressure. I think that with the entire Terra Luna situation combined with the panic in the market, I think it just massively collapsed on itself. That's why we had that, massive wick down to like 25K, but you guys did see how quick we kind of bounced back and had that little bit of a recovery back above some significant levels, roughly that 27.7K, which I think is also, I think it might be the 4-year trend line, I'm pretty sure, but ultimately it was a pretty significant level to regain, and it was a pretty quick regain of it as well. Now, let's check out this tweet here. So this I thought was pretty significant. We talked about the ECB pretty much releasing their digital euro white paper. Shout out to Digital Perspectives here, but we do see here 4 years. They do realize there is a global liquidity crisis that could benefit greatly from converting to a new financial system that uses CBDCs collateralized, fully backed by multi-asset systems and velocity of money, right? 4 years. Honestly, I don't believe that this is going to take 4 years. When we talk about things happening right now around a digital euro, even a digital, pound, I think a lot of these are going to be streamlined. And I've talked about this multiple times, and we actually do see a few other people also saying down here, it won't take 4 years. Remember, India's CBDC, that was scheduled for 2025, just like Jamaica and Nigeria are all ready to go this year, 2022. Keep your eye on, again, the prize. We do see rent and bank equals Ripple, gold mark equals XRP. Farmers refusing to accept the devalued German mark for crops is likened to, again, when we talk about things happening overseas, I actually shared this real quick around not accepting the US dollar. When we look at things around oil and we look at things around like even the digital yuan and stuff like that, we've been seeing a major shift away from the US dollar itself. Oil companies, we've been seeing oil companies, now we are seeing farmers. The US dollar to a lot of these individuals is no longer valuable because we've absolutely killed the value and the confidence behind it by printing massive amounts of the US dollar. I've said it multiple times right now. The legacy system is collapsing before our eyes, and we are going to see this new financial system be placed in. They are telling us a timeline, but guess what? That timeline does not matter because a lot of this stuff happens sooner than later. And I've always said, even in terms of the settlement, we'll see it sooner than later in terms of a settlement as well. But I'm definitely watching the digital euro. I'm also watching the digital pound. And before everyone scolds me and says, dude, why do you even support CBDCs? I support wholesale CBDCs, not retail CBDCs. I've said this multiple times. But we also do see here tomorrow, 32 central banks and 12 financial authorities, 44 countries will meet in El Salvador to discuss financial inclusion, digital economy, banking, the unbanked, the Bitcoin rollout and its benefits in our country. Now, you guys do see all the list of these major individuals or major banks around this specific meeting. It is pretty significant. I don't believe that it's going to be based on Bitcoin itself, but I definitely do want to put a focus point on things happening around this space right now. I mean, this will most likely be a little bit of a sell the news event. We've seen this actually happen today, or I should say yesterday because now it's the 17th. So when we looked at this, nothing really came out from this meeting too much, but a lot of people did make up a big deal around this. We do see here July 1944, the World Bank was created. 44 nations met at the Bretton Woods Conference to establish the new financial order after World War II. For 22 days, originally scheduled for 19 days. Now in El Salvador, 44 nations meet to discuss Bitcoin. And it is pretty significant. I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to be utilized here, at least in my opinion. Of course, I'd like to be wrong. It doesn't matter to me, though. When we look at things happening around payments and the financial system, I think that there's a clear winner, and it's not, Bitcoin. And it's not even, I'm not even trying to just say XRP either. Like, it could be any DLT specifically in this market that has the low cost fees, has the sustainability. The only thing that all of these other networks don't have, though, is on-demand liquidity. And I've always said that on-demand liquidity is the biggest driving success factor behind not only Ripple, but also XRP. We look at RippleNet combined with XRP, and you're seeing a 60+%, fee base savings rate on FX rates and things like that in terms of cross-border payments. I mean, they are not going to disregard that. You're not seeing that at all on any other network in this market either. So again, I really do look forward to seeing what happens around this market, specifically within the new financial system. But we do see here Bitcoin has no future as a payments network, says FTX chief. We all know XRP is the future of payments. Now, again, like I've said, it doesn't need to be specifically XRP. It doesn't need to be anything specific. I just look at payments. In terms of payments networks, I think that RippleNet, combined with XRP, already has had its, show and tell. All right. And what I mean by that is RippleNet combined with XRP has already proven its, major power and potential. That's why I do believe that RippleNet is the number one choice, especially for a new payments network, especially for something that is going to revolutionize the legacy systems. But I've also looked at this, right? Now, I've always described why Ripple was fully targeted by the SEC. You got to look at it like this, right? So Ripple is going after the intermediaries that are collecting massive amounts of wealth off of these transactional fees with cross-border payments, specifically around even the institutional grade clients. So you're looking at trillions of dollars getting transacted on a day-to-day basis. I mean, $5 trillion on Swift. Think about it like this. Even if there was a 1% to 5% fee on all of those payments, it is absolutely mind-blowing the amount of money that they are kicking back on fees alone. But then also, right, Ripple has disclosed that there's actually a 20.1% fee for cross-border payments. A 20.1% fee on $5 trillion. Think about that. That is absolutely insane. So when we look at around this market specifically and with what Ripple is targeting, it's no it's honestly a no-brainer move on why Ripple has been targeted by the SEC. I honestly think that this is just a power play to protect the banks, and I've said this multiple times. Now, talking about a settlement, talking about the SEC lawsuit, I actually want to get everyone's opinion on this. So I've been seeing a lot of tweets specifically around, XRP's price behind settlements, right? We do see here when settlement announced, price will fast soar to the all-time high. 72 hours later, exchanges will, begin to relist. After some chart movement, we will settle around $40 to $65. Ripple starts announcing U.S.-based customers, products go live, U.S. banks go live. With XRP, we will see $500. $500 per XRP. So I actually quoted this today, and I said this, is what everyone expects around XRP, which makes me think the opposite will happen. Price will pump until the settlement. Everyone will, say, don't sell yet. The settlement is near. Then it will most likely be a sell the news event, in my opinion. It just seems too predictable. And this is not me hating on XRP or saying that it's not possible for it to skyrocket in price. I'm just saying that as everyone wants one thing, usually the opposite happens. And the same goes right now around this market, sentiment. Everyone wants a bear market, which tells me that we won't see that bear market. We will most likely see Bitcoin go to new all-time highs and continue to push up. This is exactly why I've said that I'm focusing on sentiment around this market and also what everyone is basically wanting out of this market, which everyone just wants lower, lower prices in terms of altcoins, which again, to me, just seems greedy. Because we've been seeing some like 90+% drops on altcoins. But also, in terms of regulations, things are getting pretty, interesting around stablecoins. We actually did see the UK reportedly has no problem with stablecoins as long as it's not algorithmically, stable like Luna-backed UST, which is, of course, 100% in agreement with my opinion as well. We did see while the recent crash of the Terra ecosystem was expected to raise red flags among the regulators, the UK Treasury maintains its course to ensure the UK financial services industry is always at the forefront of technology and innovation. By legalizing stablecoins for the UK market, the Treasury aims to open up growth opportunities while ensuring financial stability as it introduces new financial technologies. And this is exactly how you do it. This is exactly the right way to take that step forward in terms of regulations, not utilizing something like the Terra Luna situation and saying, all right, yeah, we definitely need some strict regulations and we need to really, move forward on in this because this is going to be a financial risk. No, this is a project that was 100%, doomed from the beginning. I would say that when we look at things happening around Terra Luna and UST, it really wasn't no big surprise that this would most likely fail. I actually never held Luna before the crash. I bought a little bit to trade in terms of profit, got that profit, sold out, and that was basically it. But I do like to talk about Luna on a day-to-day basis now simply because it has opened the doors for a lot of enemies to, join in on this space and target and attack crypto, which I do not like. Now, last but not least, talking about regulations around XRP, I do, want to wrap up this video with this quote. Shout out to XRP Crow for this, but Brad Garlinghouse met with the SEC officials for years, and no one ever mentioned XRP is a security. And we do see here, I was meeting with Chairman Clayton. I met with SEC commissioners. No one ever once said XRP is a security. This is exactly why I've said multiple times that this entire lawsuit was a major pre-planned attack on Ripple because of what they were building. They were cutting out middlemen that were making massive amounts of money off of these transactional fees. The bankers were making tons of money off of these transactional fees. So when you go after something that is disrupting the legacy system and ultimately changing the entire perspective on how we transact on a day-to-day basis, you are going to make enemies. You are going to put a target on your back, and that is exactly what Ripple did. And that is also why I do fully support XRP. This is why I'm buying XRP. This is why I'm hodling XRP, because I know what I hold. I know the technology behind RippleNet utilizing XRP. I know the power and the potential as well. So with that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join your free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.